Hello, and welcome to another English unit of the week. And today we're taking a look at the Marder III. As you might know, the Germans in the Second War like using captured equipment. A lot of captured equipment. It's honestly a pretty interesting subject, which someone should really write a book about. Anyway, during Operation Barbarossa, of course facing the heavier Soviet armor, such as KV-1s and T-34s, the Germans realized, oh crap, we need tank destroyers to blow up these bloody tanks. But their current tanks weren't good at tank destroying, so they needed to turn them into tank destroyers, especially a lot of these older, outdated designs which they captured from various countries. They'd end up coming up with the Marder series of tanks. The Marder I, which used Lorraine chassis. The Marder II used the fittingly Panzer II chassis, and then the Marder III used the Panzer 38T chassis, the Czech light tank. However, the early models of the Marder III are quite interesting, as most of the Marders were usually just equipped with a German Pak-40, but during the initial stages of Operation Barbarossa, the Germans managed to capture a lot of Soviet F-22 field guns and were using them in service. Some of these field guns would end up being rechambered to allow Pak-40 ammunition, and this is the gun which is mounted in the early model of the Marder III, the base model Marder III, and there would be just under 400 of these Marders produced. In combat, the Marders were mainly used purely in defensive and ambush operations. These were not shotguns like Stugs. You did not want to do offensive operations with them, as you don't have a lot of armor, and also you have no armor in the back. The crew is quite exposed to artillery or aircraft fire. In-game, the Marder III is a 35-point tank destroyer available to Rindhound, 17th SS, Group Hartnig, and the 352nd Infantry Division. It has two weapons. So you have the Pak-36R 76mm with 23 AP shots and 7 high explosive shots. Pretty decent penetration of 130mm, 8 damage, 40% accuracy and 1.5 kilometer range with 8 rounds a minute. It's a pretty decent cannon, all things considering. Yeah, high explosive shells are pretty standard for the most part for guns of this caliber, and then you also have a single machine gun. Down to miscellaneous stats, it has 30mm of front armor, Reek top armor, 20mm at side, and 15mm at back. It goes 40 kilometers off-road, 45 kilometers on the road, medium stealth, and good in battle. The Marder III is another German vehicle in the long line of German vehicles of mixing captured nations technology and just slapping it together into some sort of anti-tank platform. And the Marder III, for being a mix-up of a Russian gun on a Czech tank or some German modifications, is pretty damn decent. The Marder III really takes a lot of homage from the Su-76. It's pretty much the German take on it, I would say, and it's pretty interesting comparison between both. Of course, the Marder III does not have a radio, it has a lower rate of fire, but it is quite a bit faster. It's actually quite a speedy vehicle, and it has less ammunition in its gun, but the regular AP shells in the Marder III perform much better compared to the Su-76. Yes, the AP shells are slightly better in armor penetration and firepower, but in actual damage on penetration, AP-CR shells are a bit lackluster. Marder III also has a pretty interesting availability pattern, as in all 4 divisions it's available in, you can only get a single card of Marder IIIs, and you only get 4 of them in A phase, only in A phase. There's no B or C phase option. But that's honestly not terrible. In most of the divisions you can get, yes, you have a decent amount of anti-tank slots available to you, and this is definitely a very good unit to take. As in the A phase, it is very cheap for some decent anti-tank firepower on a rather mobile package. You can get to the front line pretty quickly. Overall, the Marder III is just good. It really does what it sets out to do, which is destroy tanks, and does the basic interpretation of the tank destroyer from the German doctrine of basically just slapping on some sort of high-powered gun on some older model tank in like a casemate fashion. It's good. It's just good. Take it. It's cheap. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave it off there. This has been another Rang Rouge unit of the week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as usual, please just take it easy.